You wake up, check your phone, scroll past 100 faces, 1,000 opinions, and zero thoughts of your own. You weren't lazy today. You were just hijacked. Because distraction isn't random, it's engineered. Every ping, every reel, every headline designed to keep your mind too busy to question, too full to feel, too entertained to evolve. You think you're choosing what to watch, but the algorithm chose it first. You think you're in control, but control is the illusion. Because when your focus is scattered, your power is too. And a scattered mind doesn't build, doesn't resist, doesn't ask why. It scrolls, it consumes, it obeys. That's the plan. Keep you numb enough to keep performing, keep purchasing, keep conforming, without ever realizing you've never truly been present. You weren't meant to be mindful. You were meant to be manageable. So they flooded your senses with noise, with novelty, with urgency. Everything became breaking. Every headline, a crisis. Every app, a dopamine hit. Not to inform you, to numb you, not to empower you, to pacify you. Because when your mind is always reacting, it never reflects. And reflection is where rebellion begins. They don't fear chaos, they fear clarity. And that's exactly what they stole from you. You've been conditioned to fear stillness, because silence isn't empty. It's where truth gets loud. And truth? It's dangerous to a system built on compliance. So they taught you to stay busy, to chase productivity like salvation, to call burnout ambition, to confuse stimulation with meaning. But deep down, you've felt it. That quiet voice beneath the noise, the one asking, is this really living? You buried that voice under deadlines, dopamine, and digital distractions. But it never stopped whispering. And now, you're finally ready to hear it. That voice isn't dramatic, it doesn't scream, it simply asks, what are you running from? Because distraction isn't just a glitch, it's a shield, a buffer between you and the truth you've been taught to avoid. The emptiness, the loneliness, the parts of you that were never validated. But what you avoid owns you, and what you face, you free. So you stop scrolling, you stop numbing, you sit. And in that silence, you begin to remember who you were before the world told you who to be. It's uncomfortable at first, the quiet, the stillness, the rawness of your own thoughts without a screen to soften them. But discomfort is not danger, it's data. It tells you where you've abandoned yourself, where your attention's been stolen, where your soul's been starved. And in that discomfort, you find direction. Because what the world calls boredom, your mind calls freedom. It's in that space where you finally stop reacting and start remembering what you truly value. And it's never what they sold you. Now you're not running, you're reclaiming. Every moment you resist the urge to fill the silence, you take your mind back. Every time you turn off the noise, you turn on your awareness. You start asking questions they never wanted you to ask. Who benefits from my distraction? Who profits from my disconnection? What would my life look like if I stopped consuming and started creating? Because a focused mind is a liberated mind. And that is a threat to everything designed to keep you obedient. Your attention is currency, and they've been spending it for you. But now, you're the one watching. Not just watching screens, watching patterns, watching how every app is a trap, every click a leash, every scroll a subtle surrender. But awareness breaks the pattern, because once you see the cage, you stop mistaking it for comfort. Now, you choose what enters your mind. Now you filter what gets to shape you. And in a world addicted to noise, your silence is not absence. It's resistance. Now your focus is intentional. Not pulled, placed, not stolen, directed. You don't chase content. You choose nourishment. You don't scroll for escape. You sit for understanding. And every time you do, you rebuild something they tried to erase. Your inner authority. Because a mind that thinks for itself can't be manipulated. A soul that listens inward can't be led outward. And once you remember that your time, your thoughts, your energy belong to you, you become untouchable. Now you're not just unplugging, you're rebuilding. You're creating rituals of presence in a culture addicted to escape. You're choosing depth in a world that rewards distraction. You read, you reflect, you write your own thoughts instead of recycling someone else's. And the world calls it missing out. But you've never felt more in tune, in control, in alignment. Because every moment you protect your attention is a moment you reclaim your life. This is not withdrawal, it's resurrection. You've stopped reacting to everything. That silence they fear, it's your clarity. You no longer rush to reply, to post, to prove. Because you've realized stillness is power, and presence is rebellion. They taught you that visibility is value, that being seen means you exist, but you've gone deeper. You've found meaning in being unseen, in building without broadcasting, in thinking without needing applause. Because true awareness doesn't seek attention, it seeks truth. And truth isn't noisy, it's rooted. They wanted your attention, but you gave them your identity, piece by piece, click by click, until you forgot who you were without the noise. But now you remember, you are not your feed, you are not your follower count. You are not a product in someone else's algorithm. You are awareness, you are intention, you are presence. And the moment you stop being distracted, you stop being controlled. That's when obedience dies and consciousness begins.